Hello and welcome to another ADLC digital lesson. Today, our lesson is on pigments in leaves. The beautiful green of tree leaves we see in spring and summer is due to a green pigment called chlorophyll. But all that green is hiding a secret. There are other pigment colors in leaves that we normally only see in autumn. But with a simple experiment, we can extract those different pigment colors. To do this experiment, you will need scissors. You will also need some protective goggles because you'll be using rubbing alcohol. If you don't have protective goggles, then have your parents pour the rubbing alcohol for you. So you will need a bottle of rubbing alcohol and also a selection of green leaves. It's best if these leaves came from trees where the leaves change color in fall. Also need a tall glass or jar, a pencil that will fit over top of the mouth of the jar, some aluminum foil, some tape, a coin, and a large coffee filter. The first step is to cut as long as possible 1 centimeter wide strips from a coffee filter. Do this by cutting the filter open, then folding it flat. Now find the place where you can get the longest possible 1 centimeter wide strips. When you're done, you should have several strips to work with. Now it's time to rub the green pigment chlorophyll into the strips. Do this about 3 centimeters from the end of the strip. Keep rubbing your leaf sample over and over again until you have lots of green material on the strip. If you need to, use more than one leaf to get as much green juice on the strip as possible. When you're done, use different types of leaves to make more strips, then set them aside to dry. When the strips have dried, it's time to get our rubbing alcohol ready. Get your glass or jar and put about 1 centimeter of rubbing alcohol into it. What we're going to do is dangle the strips in this rubbing alcohol, so now's a good time to test how long your strips are. The trick is we're going to have to attach these strips to a pencil and then place them in the jar so that the very bottom is just touching the rubbing alcohol. So to do this, tape the strip to the pencil, and this pencil will be put over the mouth of the jar. You can then roll the pencil to adjust the length of the strip. Remember, we want the bottom just touching the rubbing alcohol. Now to prevent the rubbing alcohol from evaporating, take aluminum foil and place it over the mouth of the jar and bend the edges over to make a good seal. Now it's time to observe. The rubbing alcohol will move slowly up the strip. When it does, it will carry colored pigments with it. Because some pigments are heavier than others, different colors will be left behind in different places. Leaves from different types of trees have different amounts and types of pigments, so every time you do this with different leaves, you will get new and interesting color patterns. If you did everything correctly, you will probably see green, yellow, orange, red, and brown colors. This is an easy experiment to repeat, so try it as many times as you want.